Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel for another video, and in this one we're looking at the detachment points and the maiden 11th edition point costs for the Adeptus Custodes faction. So let's get into it. Starting with the new detachments. So the Might of the Mobatai, as we know, is 1 detachment point and falls into the Purged 4 army composition. Southern Hunters is also 1 detachment point and falls into reconnaissance. The Ferranatory Hammer Blow, easier for me to say, is another 1 detachment pointer but falls into priority assets. Orwick Champions is a 2 DP, which is priority assets. Lions of the Emperor, another 2 DP, falling into disruption. The Null Maiden Vigil is another 2 detachment pointer, which again falls into reconnaissance. Shield Host is a 2 detachment pointer, which falls into Purge to 4, and the Solar Spearhead, you guessed it, 2 detachment points, falls into Take and Hold. And finally, Talons of the Emperor, the big 3 detachment points, also falling into Take and Hold. So, there's the detachments and their points out the way. Let's get into how it will affect your armies going forward. And we will start with, from the top, with the Adeptus Custodians. So 3 model squad, 225, 6 models is 450. A layer 6 is 65. The Adeptus Custodians, 2 models is 110, 3 models 165, 275 for 5 models and 330 if you want to take the big squad of 6. The good old infamous Psychion Rhino, 75 points. Aquilon Custodians, 195 for 3, 390 for 6. The Ares Gunship, now in a wrinkle for 11th edition, some units have a point cost for going up to a certain number, usually 1 or 2, and then an increased point cost if you want to take any more of them there after that. And such is the case with the Ares gunship. So the first one is 580. If you want to take any more than that, 610. The Blade Champion, 110 for your first one, 125 for any thereafter. And the Caladius Grav Tank, 210 for your first 2, 225 for any you take after that, and War Gear points have come back in a limited form of 11th edition, and the Caladius falls into this with an extra 15 point charge per twin Arachnus heavy blaze cannon you take. The Contemptor Achilles Dreadnought, the first one will set you back 155 and 170 for your third one. After that, your first 2, will be 155, my apologies. Any after that will be 170. And it's a similar story with the Galactus. Your first 2 is 165 and 180 for any after the first 2. The Coronus Grav Carrier, your first 2 will set you back 180 and 200 for any of them you take thereafter. Custodian Guard, well, your first 3 units will cost you 170 for a 4 model squad, 215 for a 5 models squad. Your 4th unit and then any thereafter, 180 for 4, 225 for 5. The Custodian Guard with the fancy spears to add recite in the pillar fight, 250 a go for your first 3 5-man squads, and 260 for any thereafter. Wardens, your first unit will be 210 for a 4 model squad, 260 for a 5 model squad. The second and any thereafter is 230 for 4, 280 for 5. The Knight Centurion, straight 55 points. The Orion Assault Dropship, 690 for the first one, 740 thereafter. The Humble Little Palace Grav Tank, 100 points across the board, ram bam. Prosecutors, going into Persisters of Silence. So 45 for 4 models, 50 for 5, 75 for 9, and 85 for a full squad of 10. Sagittarium, 225 for 5 models. Shale Captains, straight 110. Shale Captain in Alara's Terminator armour is straight 130. Shale Captain on Dawn Eagle Jetbikes, 140. The Telemon, the mighty Telemon. 225 for the first and 245 for any thereafter. The main man himself, Trajan Valorous, weighs in at 135 points. Valerian weighs in at 110. The Venatari, 160 for a 3 model squad, 320 for a 6 model squad. The humble, regular, venerable Contemptor Dreadnought, 170 for the first two, 185 for any thereafter. The Land Raider, first one's 220, then it goes up to 240. The Virtus Praetors, 145 for the 2 model squad, 215 for the full 3 models. The Vigilators and Witch Seekers all have the exact same points, so 50 for a 4 model squad, 55 for 5, 90 for 9, 100 for 10. Simple enough. Now into the enhancements, starting off from the top with Orwick Champions. So the Blade Imperator and the Veil Blade is 25 points. The Inspirational Exemplar is 10 points, and the Martial Philosopher is 30 points. For Lines of the Emperor, Ad Money Mortis is 20. Fierce Conqueror is 15, and both Prestigious and Superior Creation are 25. Might of the Morant Eye, one of the new boys. The Overmight Sarcophagus upgrade is 15 points. The Interred Expertise upgrade is 25 points. No Maiden Vigil, on to the next one. The Enhanced Void Chain Cloak is 10. Huntress Eye is 15. The Oblivion Knight is 25. And the Raptor Blade is 5. Shield Host, 15 for the Auric Mantle, 20 for the Castellan's Mark. From the Hall of Armies is 25. And the Panoptis Bex, I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, is 5 points. Silent Hunters, Encircling Hunter is 15. The Psycho Grenades upgrade is 10. With the Solar Spearhead. The Adamantine Talisman is 25. The Augury Uplink is 35. Honoured Fallen is 15. Veteran of the Cataphractoi, again I'll probably butchered that entirely, is 10. Talons of the Emperor, Aegis Projector is 20. Champion of the Imperium 25. Gift of Terran Artificer 15. Radiant Mantle 30. And finally for the Faranadoi Hammerblow, Efficient Aggression is 25, as is the Nemo Locked Shrine Cipher, which is also 25. And that is everything covered points-wise for the Adeptus Custodes. So, Shale Captains, how is this going to affect your lists going forward? How has it already affected your lists with the initial games of 11th edition already being played and it being out in the wild now? As always, let me know in the comments and I shall catch you guys in the next video. Bye!